Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is going to be Hug a Day September hashtag, and this is Hug a Day September #1, and we are on day number 2, and it is this wonderful hug from Superman to Catwoman, which also fits into my hashtag, which is Supers in September. So we will be doing a super hug. Yay! I like super hugs. So we will be doing a super hug, and we will be using the 100 Wasser colored pencils for this super hug. So I'm going to switch you on over to the close-up of Superman and Catwoman. All right. Now I do have my page behind so that it's protecting the other colorings. And I did go over this with an eraser because I didn't do that yesterday, and him, my wonderful panda, ended up on the back of Superman. So I did have to go over it with an eraser. And my book is coming apart, which is fine because I think I'm going to laminate each of these pages after I'm done coloring them all. Alright, so let's start with Superman's hair. So we're going to start with a little bit of, oh, that's blue. Where is my, there it is. We're going to start with a little bit of gray, and we're going to color these light areas with some gray. Just because it's the area that the light is hitting his head. And then we're going to use some black. Make sure I get the black, which should be number 34, yes. And then we're going to use black. And we're just going to fill in his hair, because Superman's hair is jet black. And I know technically I didn't need to color this part, but it does add to it a little bit. Because the black pencil is going to be a little bit darker than the ink, because it's faded. Alright, now we're going to do his skin tones. We're going to start with, I've got my swatch chart here, so we want to start with number 29 down in the edges, behind his ear, down his jaw, all those shadowed areas. This one here shouldn't take long at all. I've even pulled all the colors I need for it. Amazing, huh? And then we're going to use number 30. We're just going to pull from that dark area. And then we're going to use number 28. To do the light area. Alright, now for his arms, we need number 57, which is right here. So we're going to put number 57 in the dark areas. Where all the shadows are. As well as down here on his legs and his feet. Because we're going to color him as Superman. And I'm out of screen. Isn't that nice of me? How rude. Alright, that's a part of his foot. And then we're going to take number 19. And we're just going to extend from that a little bit. Go over top of the dark blue. I hope everybody has been having a wonderful day and has been enjoying all the hugs from the different people in the community that are participating. This is Amazon Tammy, Ashley Colors, Shell Artie, and Angie's hashtag. And I started a bit early by accident. I honestly didn't. I thought they had already started. So I didn't wait until the September hug started. So I decided that I would just put aside all of the September hugs and join them for the September hugs. And I would color all of the hugs in the whole book. And that's why I started before them, because I jumped the gun. I got all excited about it and jumped the gun. This is definitely their idea, their hashtag, and that sort of thing. I just jumped the gun on it, and that sort of thing. I apologize. Whoever that is can leave me a message. And unfortunately, it's the house phone, so they won't shut up. So just ignore the phone ringing. And we're going to go in with number 72 into all of these crevices of his cape. And these pencils are quite nice on this paper. They're fairly soft. I was going to go with Corey's hashtag of B is for September, but I figured with so few colors, it was just easier to grab this set that was already on my desk because I'm lazy. I keep on doing that. I have sets on my desk, and instead of getting up off my butt and going and getting a different set, which I can honestly say is not too far from my desk to get them. Um, I'll just use the set that's on my desk. I wanted to use this set as well because I haven't used it a whole lot, and I want to play with the colors in it a little bit more. Now, this isn't the best picture to play with colors with because there's not a whole lot of colors in this picture, but it does have a few, so it does give me that ability to play with a couple of different color types, whether it be darks or lights. I'm just putting in the shadow here from her arm. So this is in my brain. It could be something completely different, but in my brain, this is Catwoman and Superman. I have not watched anybody else's. I saw Tammy has already uploaded hers, and I think Ashley has as well. So please make sure you go and take a look at theirs. I will leave their links in the description below the video. And I will go watch theirs after. I made the mistake yesterday of watching Tammy's before I did mine, and I had to readjust my colors because I had already picked all my colors, and I watched Tammy's and went, ooh, we have the same colors. We had the same thoughts, you know, great minds think alike. So I didn't want to do the exact same as she did because you know how that is. So I just adjusted mine and made him a little more green and didn't put his spots on him. When I was little, well, not really little even, when my kids were little is probably the best way to say that. They used to have this thing out. It was a pillow, and when you hugged it, the heat from your body would change the color on the pillow. And the little pink monster there that I colored reminded me very much of that. And she's getting a nice warm hug, and she's going all pink. So that's what I was thinking when I was coloring that. When I thought about coloring that was the hug pillow that changes colors. And I thought about it after I finished it, and I really should have, you know, put a gradual color change in it. But too late now. Well, I guess it's not. I can adjust it, but she's cute the way she is, so we're just going to let her be. Just getting these shadows in from the curves in his clothes as well as from her hands and her arms. Now I'm not doing the shadows from her hands and arms as dark as I am with the curves. I just want it to be a little bit of a shadow color, not a difference in texture or color from the garment. Alright, now we're going to take red, and this is, I do believe, crimson. Let me see. Nope, ruby red. A ruby red. Oops, I went over her finger. Such small details. It's a good thing I'm doing her hands black. So unlike hair, outfits have a tendency to be shiny, especially Catwoman's outfits. So hair is shiny in a different way. It's not a solid black color. So outfits don't have that undertone to it that hair has. And I could have put some dark blue in his hair and added that undertone. But I wanted to put the gray in for the highlights. I think I'm going to have to sharpen this. It needs a bit of a sharper point. Nobody wants to see my hair. There we go. That's better. Get into those little crevices. A lot easier with a sharp pencil. It's been a while since I heard an ambulance go by. We live in a very small town, so sometimes you don't hear a lot of emergency vehicles, and then sometimes you hear a lot of them. Usually car accident type things that we hear a lot of emergency vehicles. I know this is the boring part, doing his cape, because it's a little tedious. I'm just mashing those colors together. These are fairly soft, but not as soft as like Prismas or that sort of thing. So they wear down pretty quick if you're putting too much pressure on them. They're in between a brute funer square and a Prisma. They've got that ability to be hard, but a little smushy at the same time. That makes sense. They wear down at the same time. Trying to make sure I get all the edges and mix those two colors together. Okay. Sorry if I go quiet, I'm just zoning out. Especially when I have large areas to do, I just sort of brain detaches and Then I have to sit there going, oh yeah, I'm recording. You might want to say something, doofus. Alright. We're at the halfway point with the cape. Just make sure that you get into those shadow areas, because if you don't go over top of that dark color, you may find that suddenly it's lighter than the rest of the dark colors. Then it stands out. And we don't want it to stand out. We just want it to make things look flowy. Oh my goodness. So much color. This paper isn't overly fond of these pencils. I think this is the first set of pencils that I've come across that doesn't, it does okay, but it doesn't do beautifully in this book. Now, of course, this is not a coloring book. This is almost newspaper paper. This is actually a children's book. It's a reading book, so. It is kind of not meant to be colored in. Which makes it even more fun to color in it. When I was little, I wasn't allowed to color in my books. Now I'm big, I'm allowed to color in my books. My husband saw me looking around the other day at the hardcover books that he has. He has a couple of Doctor Who ones, as well as Star Trek and that sort of thing. Some of them don't have color pictures. He saw me looking at them and went, "Don't you do it." It's like, okay, fine. I'm going to be all that way. Alright, I'm going to grab the blender pencil if I can get a hold of it. There we go. And we're going to give it a sharpen. Just so you know, and I did say this yesterday on my live stream, Blix has confirmed that the Caran d'Ache blender pencil is discontinued. The blender stick, not the blender pencil. There is a blender pencil, but the blender stick, the bright stick, has been discontinued. So if you enjoy the bright stick, you can probably find it on Jerry's Artorama or on Amazon for a short period of time longer. But once they sell out, they are going to be gone. As far as Blix is concerned anyway. I do have a email out to Caran d'Ache to find out if this is true, but I have not heard back from them. I love this blender, so I bought a whole bunch of them. I bought as many as I could afford at the time. Alright. As you can see, these pencils do blend quite nicely with the Caran d'Ache blender stick, so that's good. I have not yet found a pencil that does not blend well with this stick. Oh, actually I have. One of my wax-based pencils for some reason just sort of clumped up. And I'm not sure if it was the stick or if it was the heat in the room. It was during the time where we had no air conditioning, so it was really hot in the house. So it may have just been that it was too hot in the house for that set of pencils. Alright, let's bring him back into view here. Dust him off. Do his feet. Like so. And we'll do his skin. Like so. Now we're going to do Catwoman's skin. And we're going to start with number 30. On her eyelids here. And down here as well. And then we're going to take this one. Because there's so little there to color, I'm just going to do the two colors. And then we're going to take the gray. I'm going to turn the page here. And we're just going to do the deepest areas with the gray. And then we'll go over it with the black. And now oh, that's not black. This one's black. And I'm going to sharpen the black because the black needs to be sharpened. Oh. First time that's ever happened. Yeah, nobody saw that. I have to sharpen it again. Seems to be a fracture in the core of this pencil. I don't like it. So I'm just going over her outfit. And I need a bit of gray on her nose there. Her nose area, I should say. Just filling in all the black areas. It's amazing how much concentration it takes to do, something so simple as a black arm. Trying to make sure that I get the details to show the light hitting it, but still get the color. It's kind of good practice for me for supers in September. It's funny because I created the supers in September, and there's a reason for it, and you will find out next Wednesday what that reason is. I created it, and after creating it, I figured out I don't have a whole lot of superhero pictures to color. I have a few, but not ones that are channel appropriate, so to speak. Alright. And there's her shoes. Now I'm going to grab, let's see, what colors do we have here? Oh, grab the box here for a sec, because I didn't grab any greens for the grass under their feet. Oh, actually, I'm going to do that in gray. That's why I didn't grab that. So I'm going to do it in gray like concrete. Because Catwoman and Superman both are usually in the city, the concrete jungle. And then we're going to take a little bit of black. And add to the shadows areas. And our superheroes are done. And I'll switch you over to the main camera here. So there is our superheroes. We have Superman and Catwoman. So let's start from the start here. See what I mean? We've got a monster hug outline there. So let's start at the very beginning. So we have this wonderful bear hug. I'm going to turn this light off so you can see better. This wonderful bear hug from the start of the cover page. And then we have a fantastic little owl and kitty hug. And it says, "One word frees us of all the weight and pain of life. That word is love," by Solosses. I still can't say it. And then we have our daddy hug. And then we have our monster hugs. And now we have our super hug. So hashtag supers in September, as well as HugADaySeptember Day 2. Then we have our panda hug, and our flamingo hug, and our thing hug, a cousin it hug, whichever one you want to say, our catfish hug, and the catfish hug says, "Words are easy like the wind, faithful friends are hard to find," by William Shakespeare. And then we have our nature hug with the little girl loving on a wonderful big old deer. And then we have Our Lady and Gentleman's hug. And then we have our unicorn hug and our polar bear hug. That one's not done yet. That's tomorrow's. And then we have our bug hug and our bear hug with our black bear and his dolly. So that is, let's see, did I put there? So 15 hugs we have done. So I'm just going to put the date. So this is September. This is not at all a good pencil for that. Where is my pen? I have a special pen for doing that and I can't find it. There it is. September 2nd, 2021. This is hug number 15. And hug a day 2. So that is our hug for today. And of course, please do make sure that you go and visit Amazon Tammy, Ashley Colors, and Shell Arty, who are also coloring these wonderful hugs. Also, make sure that you go and take a look on Instagram for Angie's hugs as well. I'm not sure if Angie has a YouTube channel, but I do know she has Instagram. Alright guys, thank you all very much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And of course, stay tuned for tomorrow's hug. Of course, following the hashtag put out by Angie, Shell, Ashley, and Tammy of hashtag HugADaySeptember. Until next time, this is 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell. Thanks for watching. Of course, remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, bye-bye for now.